Imagine you're in a meeting or a social gathering, and someone asks for your opinion on a hot topic. In your head, you have the perfect response, vivid, smart, and clear. But the moment you try to let the words out, your throat tightens, and your mind goes completely blank. You end up just nodding or giving a one-word answer, while your real thoughts stay locked inside. This isn't a language problem. It's a psychological, invisible wall. You are so terrified of making a tiny grammar slip or sounding unprofessional that you paralyze yourself with overthinking. While you're busy editing a perfect sentence in your mind, the conversation has already moved on, leaving you in a cycle of frustration and fading confidence. It is time to stop being a silent observer of your own life. In this video, we are moving beyond traditional grammar rules to focus on real-time English reflexes. We will dive into life-changing techniques like mouth muscle training, mirror talk, and visual speaking prompts to turn your passive knowledge into a flowing, natural voice. If you are ready to stop the mental noise and finally speak with authority, make sure to subscribe to our channel right now to join our fluency journey. Don't let another opportunity pass you by. Let's start speaking right now. Let's pull back the curtain on the two silent saboteurs that are actively hijacking your ability to speak. The first obstacle is the fear of being wrong. You likely treat every conversation like a high-stakes legal document, where one tiny slip-up ruins everything. Think of it like learning to play a violin. You cannot expect to perform a concerto if you are too terrified to play a single squeaky note. Every eloquent communicator you admire today once stood in a grocery store, struggling to ask for a simple carton of milk. They didn't achieve mastery by avoiding errors. They achieved it by stumbling through them until the path became smooth. The second barrier is the translation trap. Your brain is currently running an exhausting relay race, taking a thought in your native tongue, passing it through a mental dictionary, and then forcing it into English. By the time you have mentally constructed a sentence like, "I would appreciate it if you could pass the salt," the dinner is already over. This internal processing delay doesn't just slow your speech, it creates a massive wave of social anxiety that makes you want to retreat into silence. Recognizing these two mental traps is exactly how you begin to reclaim your natural voice. Ever wonder why you can ace a complex grammar exam, but still freeze up when ordering a simple pizza over the phone? The truth is, your academic background likely sabotaged your fluency. In school, we were conditioned to treat English like a math equation, where one tiny error results in a failing grade. This perfection or silence mindset has turned your brain into a strict editor that deletes your thoughts before they even reach your lips. But remember, real-life connection doesn't require a 100% on a test. It requires the courage to be misunderstood. Furthermore, we must address the physical reality. Your mouth is a muscle, not a hard drive. You can study the mechanics of a bicycle for a decade, but until your feet hit the pedals, you aren't a rider. Your vocal cords and tongue need a physical workout, not just more mental data. If you only study, have in your head, your mouth will always stay out of shape when the pressure is on. Finally, stop waiting for a feeling of readiness to strike like lightning. Confidence isn't a prerequisite you need before you start. It is the trophy you win after you survive the struggle. Be honest. How many years have you spent learning English only to remain a silent observer in your own life? Drop a yes. in the comments if you're tired of being a walking dictionary who can't speak, and let's commit to breaking that cycle today. The path to a powerful voice isn't paved with perfect textbooks, but with the courage to be imperfect out loud. It's time to flip the script and embrace what most people try to hide: your imperfect, messy, broken English. We've been conditioned to think that if a sentence isn't flawless, it isn't worth saying. But I want to tell you the opposite. Speaking with errors is actually the birth of true mastery. Think of it like a musician learning a complex jazz piece. They hit dozens of sour notes before the melody finally settles into their fingers. If they stopped at every mistake, the music would never happen. In our journey, we must adopt the mindset of speak broken English proudly. When you say things like, "Yesterday I go work," or "she no like coffee," you aren't failing, you are communicating. You are choosing connection over perfection. I truly believe that silence is the only real failure because it keeps your progress frozen. You don't kill your anxiety by staying quiet. You kill it by speaking right through it, even if your grammar is falling apart. We are warriors on this path, and your messy sentences are the proof that you are fighting for your voice. Wear your mistakes like a badge of honor, because every tripped-up word is a heartbeat of progress. Think of your vocal cords not as a library of rules, but as a set of muscles that need a high-intensity workout. Most of us treat English like a history test. But speaking is actually more like playing the guitar. You can't just memorize where the chords go. Your fingers have to physically build the dexterity to move. This is why we use mouth muscle training. To maximize these physical results, I highly recommend watching our other video, Build Your English Mind, which helps align your internal psychology with these physical drills so you can stay consistent. Let's step into the speaking gym together. Step 1. Pick a short, natural expression. Let's go with "I'll look into it." Step 2. Repeat it out loud 10 times. But here's the vital part. Don't just mutter it like a robot. Say it with genuine curiosity. Then with professional confidence. Then with a bit of urgency. You are training your mouth to master the music and rhythm of English. Step 3. Create 3 quick variations to build mental flexibility. For example, "I'll look into it tomorrow," "I'll look into it for you," or "I'll look into it immediately." Step 4. Make this a daily ritual. When you practice this way, you stop overthinking because your mouth has already memorized the dance steps through repetition. The gap between knowing English and speaking English is exactly the width of your mouth's movement. Have you ever wondered why you can speak perfectly when you're alone in the shower, but the moment someone looks you in the eye, your English completely evaporates? This happens because your brain isn't just struggling with words, it's struggling with the pressure of being seen. To fix this, we need to master a technique called mirror talk. This isn't just about looking at your reflection. It's about training your soul to stay calm under the gaze of another human being. Step 1. Stand tall and look directly into your own eyes. Don't look at your hair or your clothes. Focus on your gaze, because this is where real connection happens. Step 2. Choose a topic that carries weight. Instead of boring textbook phrases, tell your reflection about a goal that keeps you awake at night, or a person who truly inspires you. Step 3. Speak for at least 2 minutes without hitting the pause button for grammar. Let your hands move, Watch your facial expressions and feel the rhythm of your voice. If you can't look at yourself and speak, how can you expect to look at a boss or a stranger and feel confident? Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly listened to your own English voice with kindness instead of constant criticism? Stepping in front of that glass isn't just about practicing words, it's about finally meeting the confident speaker you are destined to become. Let's look at the secret weapon that separates slow, hesitant learners from those who speak with lightning speed and effortless ease. We've all been there, trying to build a sentence word by word like a difficult puzzle, only to find the conversation has already passed us by. To fix this, we must stop translating, start thinking in phrases. I want you to view English as a collection of natural speech chunks, pre-built blocks of language that you can use instantly without thinking. Step 1. Identify 5 functional expressions daily. Instead of analyzing grammar, grab phrases like, "I'm on my way," "Could you repeat that?" or "It's up to you." Step 2. Repeat each one 10 times with high energy so your mouth memorizes the rhythm. Step 3. Embed them into 3 new contexts. For instance, take "It's up to you" and say, "It's up to you where we go. The final choice is up to you," or "It's really up to you to decide." By training this way, we bypass the mental dictionary and start speaking in fluency blocks, like Lego pieces. This simple shift turns your English from a tiring translation project into a natural, flowing conversation that reflects the real you. What if I told you that every ordinary object in your room is actually a hidden English teacher waiting to be activated? We often find ourselves paralyzed because our brains are addicted to the slow process of translating, but we can shatter that habit using visual speaking prompts. I want you to try this right now. Point at anything near you, perhaps that overflowing bookshelf or the half-empty water bottle on your desk. Step 1. Lock your eyes on it. Step 2. Describe it out loud for at least 60 seconds without hitting the pause button. Don't just name the object. Tell me its story. This bottle is cold, it's sweating on the wood, and I really need to refill it soon. This exercise forces your mind to skip the translation gate and jump straight into spontaneous expression. To take this a step further, we must start talking to ourselves all day in English to turn our internal monologue into a constant linguistic flow. I personally find this most effective during those mundane moments, like waiting for the microwave or organizing a closet. We use verbal narration to narrate our life as if we are the main character in a movie. Okay, I'm putting these plates away, and now I'm going to check my inbox. If you stumble upon a word you don't know, like spatula, don't stop. Just call it the flat tool for the eggs. Because that is exactly how our brains learn to adapt and survive in real conversations. By turning your immediate surroundings into a living laboratory, you stop being a mere student of English, and finally, start being a speaker of life. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we'll start practicing when we have more time, but we both know that magical moment never actually arrives. Real fluency isn't born from random bursts of inspiration, it's the result of a deliberate, daily system. This is why we must set a daily speak English time. We need to stop treating English like an occasional hobby and start treating it like a professional athlete trains for a championship. With absolute consistency. Step 1. Lock in a sacred 10-minute window that belongs only to your voice. I suggest practicing right after you finish your evening meal, or perhaps during your morning commute, making it a non-negotiable part of your schedule. Step 2. Walk into this session with a clear mission. Instead of wandering, try explaining a complex hobby to an imaginary friend, or debating a recent news headline out loud to challenge your logic. Step 3. Use your full voice, no whispering, and record yourself at least twice a week to track your vocal evolution. Step 4. Commit to a 21-day streak without missing a single beat to cement this as a permanent habit. By the time you reach that 90-day milestone, English won't just be a goal on your to-do list. It will be a natural extension of your daily identity. Have you realized that the perfect version of your English doesn't actually exist in real life, but only in the textbooks that are currently keeping you silent? We have been conditioned by years of schooling to believe that a single grammar slip is a disaster. But in the real world, the only true failure is choosing to stay quiet. This brings us to our final, most vital rule: speak first, then fix later. I want you to think of a professional athlete during a championship match. If they stumble, they don't stop the entire game to analyze their footwork. They scramble back up and keep running until they reach the goal. When you are in the middle of a conversation and realize you used a he instead of a she, or the wrong verb tense, I am asking you to keep moving. Finish your thought. Our priority is connection and flow, not a gold medal in linguistics. If you say, "I go there tomorrow," I still understand your heart. We can refine the details in our minds after the moment has passed, but never sacrifice the rhythm of human connection for a perfect sentence. I know how exhausting it is to be a silent expert who knows the answer but lets the opportunity pass because your voice might shake. If you are finally done with the pain of being an invisible observer in your own life, subscribe to our channel right now. We are more than just a channel. We are your fluency gym and your support team. Your transition from a learner to a fearless speaker only requires one thing: the raw bravery to be imperfect out loud. Your fluency isn't waiting for you at the end of a grammar book. It's waiting for you to simply open your mouth and let the music of your own voice finally begin.